Hi, Wings. How are ya? How's it going this week? All right. So this week, I want to talk a little bit about the Boost Life book. I'm getting a lot of questions about the book, and people are like, what is this thing? So first, I want to start with the fact that the Boost Life book is my Wings goal for 2021. That'll make a lot more sense to you as we go to 2022, and you'll understand what I mean when I say that. But I was sitting in 2020. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on. But one of the things I had going on in 2020 was I had a lot of stuff that I was tracking kind of all over the place, trying to, make sure I was taking care of myself in all the different ways, taking care of my mental health, taking care of my physical health, taking care of my business, starting a new business, and just in general, taking better care of myself all the way around. I had some apps, MyFitnessPal and apps like that I was tracking my fitness in. And tracking my meal planning. I was tracking, I've got my Apple Watch, I'm tracking all of my fitness. I have tons of journals and gratitude and all those types of things. I've got notes in my phone where I'm writing. So really, I was talking with a friend of mine one day and I thought, wouldn't it be nice if I had a place where I could track all of these things in one spot? I had one spot where I was tracking my life, and it was my life book. And wouldn't it be great if that book kind of brought all of these things together? So there's this concept, especially for me. And I think at this point, if you guys have followed me along this journey at all, or if you're meeting me for the first time, you're going to get to know this pretty quick. I kind of go between this drive, go harder, be better, go. I'm always trying to learn something new. I'm pushing myself to achieve a new goal. I'm trying to be better, right? I've got that going on over here. What's the next thing I'm doing? What's the next thing I'm doing? So it's this constant need to grow with this need to kind of give myself some grace and take a little bit of a break. And I will say a lot of that came to me in 2020. I think for the first time, I allowed myself to take that big exhale and inhale for the very first time. I took walks in the park. I went to forest preserves. I bought a kayak. I spent time on the water. I learned that I live by a river. I learned that I live by forest preserves. I spend so much more time outside, and I'm taking me time that I never gave myself before. And I can tell you it's made a world of difference for me, but it's also made a world of difference for my family because I'm a better me because I'm taking that time for myself. So it's all these things combined, and I still have a lot to learn. I'm not standing out here saying, hey, I've got it all figured out, because I don't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm out here saying, let's live a better life, but I'm not saying I have the better life to live, right? But I do want to make sure that there's some positivity, and that's what Wings is all about, and that we're lifting each other up, and that's definitely what it's all about. And I pride myself on making sure that I'm here to help lift you up. That's definitely what I'm all about. I love being a part of making sure that you feel good and that you feel better about you every single day. And if I can be a small piece of that, that's definitely a goal of mine. So that brings me to the Boost Life book. This book is a dream come true, and we are at the very close spot of being able to go straight to print. So it's very exciting. I'm kind of pinching myself a bit because it's very, very exciting. But you're asking, like, what is this all about? So it's all of those things. There's a habit tracker, habits for making habits and breaking habits. We all know, like, there's some habits we need to make, but there's also some habits we need to break. So being able to track those things, we do the things we track. We make progress against the things that we track. We don't make progress against the things that we don't track. We just don't. What is your fitness? What does fitness look like in your life? Are you tracking it? Are you not tracking it? Is it part of your life? Is it not? You know, as I continue to go around the sun and continue to live this beautiful life, I definitely want to make sure that I'm making fitness a huge part of my life, and that I'm keeping my heart strong and keeping my body strong. And it's not just about what it looks like on the outside. It's a lot about what it looks like on the inside. And I've come closer to knowing through my watch and through tracking and through all of that, what my body does. I barely have a heart rate, which I just found out this last year. So, just finding those things out about myself and tracking those things so that I can live a better life and a longer life. What does self-care look like for me? Am I taking care of myself? Am I taking that me time? I can tell you, 5-6 years ago, me time didn't exist. Now, again, my children were younger, but also I was different. And my brain was different. And I thought that I had to give. And I'm not saying don't give, but I am saying you cannot pour. I love that quote. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And just reminding myself of that, reminding yourself of that. You've got to give yourself first so that you can give back to your family. And we're not put on this earth as women to only be of service to everybody else. We need to be of service to ourselves as well. And we need to give ourselves some grace and give ourselves some time. What does our love journey look like for ourselves and for the relationships that we're in? Are we saying no when we need to say no? Are we doing things that we want to do? Are we out there saying yes to everything because we don't know how to say no? Have we identified all the wonderful, beautiful things that we love about ourselves? I think it's really important. So there's a piece of this book where I actually ask you guys to write yourself a love letter. When we can identify the things that we love about ourselves, we can start to put ourselves in situations where we do more of what we love. And when we do more of what we love and what we're good at, we can build more confidence and have a happier life. It's really a recipe. It's really, this whole journey is got stepping stones, and there is a recipe for it, and you can build a better, happier life and put the pieces together to do that. The wings goal that I talked about, being able to what is that thing that sort of makes you tingly and gets you all excited, and you kind of sweat a little bit when you think about it. But then a lot of times we put all the obstacles, right? We think of all the obstacles. The minute we think of the goal, we think of all the obstacles. Like, what's that goal? I want you to think of that goal. And then we're going to break it down. We're going to break that goal down into 10 smaller pieces. What are the 10 milestones that we need to do in order to hit that goal and make it all more achievable? So as we look to 2022, we can really be successful in kind of finding that pathway towards things that we want in our life. If we blink, the year will be over. Here we are. We're going into the fall of 2021. I can't even believe it. If we don't make plans and we don't set aside some time to think these things through, life will just continue to turn. And then we'll get to the end of the year and we will have not made plans, and we will have not made the preparation we needed to hit the goal that we wanted. What does travel look like? To plan travel. There's some people who are very, very good at setting aside time for travel, and some people who aren't. I had many years in my life where we never traveled. The only time we traveled is when someone else planned it for me, because hey, Co, do you want to go on this trip? Yeah, I'll go on that trip. And I'd go and we'd all have fun. But I never took the time to actually do that planning, which shocks people because I'm such a planner. But you have to have intention and you have to put the planning in place to do those things. But if you break it down into smaller pieces, you're able to do that. So the Boost Life book is that. It's a calendar and a planner, but it's so much more. And it's piecing all of those pieces together. It's giving you that, yeah, let's go, let's drive, let's go after it. But it's also hopefully showing you that you need to give yourself some grace and love yourself. And sprinkled throughout are little love letters from me, because I just want you to have a better life. And I want you to think good things about yourself and know that when you're hard on yourself and you've got that negativity in your mind, you've got to sort of wring that out and let it go. So we're going to talk about that a little bit too. So it brings all my little co-isms together, and it's just a dream come true. And it's my wings goal from 2021. So I can't wait to bring it to you, and it will be ready in November when we have our wings event. So that's what the Boost Life book is. You can reserve your copy now. You can go to the link and buy your book now. You can go to the Eventbrite link that's in our wings group. Reach out to me if you have any questions, but it's absolutely a dream come true for me. And it was a big goal of mine, and it's so exciting to see it come to life. So thanks, Wings. Thanks for everything you bring into my life. Have a good week.